So why don't you put your hypothesis into a scientific journal and see what comes back? And until then, until you have your findings in a scientific journal and tested by other scientists.
Yeah, so I don't care for that. If you have something that you want to bring to the table or just wanted to come up and insult me because I don't have a scientific journal, that still doesn't make genetic information true. Just because I haven't published a paper doesn't mean that you can give me one example of testable and observable information gained.
I can.
Let me hear.
What do you need? Do you want like the fact that like every like fetus like kind of starts out the same way, or like how you
Please go to evidence through embryology. Please go to that because I will smash you since I'm so uneducated in that.
you are uneducated? You think the Earth is 6,000 years old, dude? Come
Okay,
on.
let's find out. Let's
Prove
find out. Let's go.
prove the
Since you
flood.
said now, I want you guys to pay attention that what he just said there was evidence through embryology. That all of our embryonic stages go through the earliest stages. That's what he said. It's the field there is called evidence through embryology. Okay. Now, for those of you who not list or who are listening who might have not seen this on my page, I do a study on this on my page. Again, you can go through this evidence through embryology. This was a lie that was told 150 years ago. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 150 years ago. One of the individuals that come up with this is, let me pull it up so I don't want to misquote.
So I've been thinking about a lot of things lately, and everything you're saying is like putting my thoughts together. Like it's making sense.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Nothing he says makes sense.
This is what you're referring to. Let me turn my camera on. It's called Ernest Haeckel.
How is
This is what you're. I'm going to show you. Hold on. I'm going to show you here. Let me flip this camera around so I can show.
How did a sloth get from the Amazon rainforest to the Middle East to survive
Got
the
it.
flood?
Don't change this topic. I'll get to that in a moment. But here's what you're talking about. This is Haeckel's drawings. This is the earliest stages of embryonic development. Brother, you got a lot of background noise, man. Mute up while I'm talking here, and then you can unmute. Who is it that's got that background noise? Why lie? It was you, brother. So I muted you up. You got a lot of background noise. So here are the earliest stages of embryonic development, and you can see they all look the same. Here's the second stages where they start to change from each other. This is what my brother just said, is that, that we all look the same in our earliest embryonic stages, and here's what they are towards the end. This one is a fish, a salamander, a turtle, a rabbit, a pig. I forget what these two are. It's down there. I can't read it just yet, but on the end here is a human, okay? So you can see the fish looks identical to the human. And these little ridges right here, they call gill slits. You see the little bumps on those? They say that they used to represent gill slits. So this is Ernest Haeckel. He drew these in the 1860s. And he took them to Germany, and Germany almost single-handedly converted into atheism off of this because they said this is true. Here's the problem.
Germany.
Haeckel
I love
lied.
Germany's history, man.
Yeah, Haeckel absolutely lied about this. He admitted that he lied. He was placed on trial by his university and found guilty. Here are the pictures in 1997. This is 1997. Here's the picture of the fish. Here's the picture of the salamander. I think this one's a chicken, or this one's a chicken, and this one's the human. So let's put this next to Haeckel's drawings. Uh-oh.
This is after the discovery.
Look at the fish.
Oh
They
shit,
don't look nothing alike.
that's crazy.
Salamander. They don't. Hold on, Doom. Let me just mute up for a second, brother. Here's the turtle. They kind of look, but the tail's different. The chicken, they had to unfold the chicken in an effort to make it look like that. There's the rabbit, and here's the human. They don't look nothing alike. Nothing. And you brought that up here in today, 150 years ago. Now, this guy, again, was placed on trial at his university and found guilty. He lied about it. Here it is in textbooks. This was in a textbook in 2011. We know that it's a lie. It's a known lie, and still they're putting it in the textbooks in 2011. Here it is in 1998, and here it is on the page. You can go to my page, and you can actually see the study material. This is in a fourth grade in 1998. 2001, here it is again in the textbooks. 2011, it's in the textbook. And here you can just do a simple Google search on this, and again, it'll pop up that this is true. This was a lie told 150 years ago, and look, he left.
That's
He
crazy, dude.
left.
That's sweet, bro. Thanks for proving that point. That was nice.
Yeah.
Well, and
Oh, come on, man.
actually, the only thing that William would need in order to do his own paper is he would need for it to be peer reviewed. And guess what he has on this panel?
I'm so
Oh,
glad I came across your page, bro. This is sick. I want to know what else you talk about.
Yeah, but hold on. Let me dance for a minute because my buddy was going to come in here and show me how uneducated I was.
Nah,
And then
you're above. You're too educated. That's the thing.
get dunked on. You got dunked on, man. You got dunked on so bad that you couldn't even say goodbye when you left.
The thing is, you're too educated for most people.
Right. And you have to remember how William and I met. Like, I was originally brought to William's panel to, like, basically unalive him and ended up liking him quite a bit. And we've had multiple conversations since then, even personal ones, and it's gone in a
I got a
completely
question
different
though. Like,
direction.
why